He didn't take my math test.
Yeah? Who, Jesus?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. He already knows what to do with it.
What do you think you would get? Do you think you would just get 100?
I think he'd be one of
look
those people
here.
who runs Jesus for all the answers.
Do you think
Hey,
he
hey,
would be
hey.
one of those people that doesn't need to study, he just knows?
Yeah, because you know
No,
everything.
that is not true. He needed it because he was a man, and in his human nature, he was limited. In his own, he was limited.
But
Do you
then,
think?
you know,
Do you think
He
if
was
Jesus,
truly human.
if Jesus
Yeah,
took a
but
math
no,
test?
wasn't he half human, half
Huh?
God?
Did he go
No,
to
he
Half
wasn't
human?
half human.
That is called a monophysite heresy. It's not half and half.
Wait. Did he go to high school
What?
though?
Hmm?
He went to Jesus.
Come on now. We were at high school in this time. They had
He
different
definitely
kind
failed
of
the
like
swimming
learning.
Wait, hold
section.
up.
What?
If Jesus took a math test, do you think he would just get 100? Because
All right, you got
Yeah, 'cause I don't think he had to study.
you got a perfect man. Of course, you're gonna ace all his tests.
So
That's
he
why he
didn't
put
study.
everyone to shame because he studied. He wasn't just sitting around be like, okay, I don't know, because he was limited. He was limited as a human. He was truly human, right? Because when it was baby Jesus had to be helped because he was a baby.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a baby that could do like Superman
Like
in the
that.
night. No, he was a baby. So he grew, right? You know that he got tired, right? Jesus got tired because he was a human, and just like a human, he had human, like everything that we went through as humans. He went through it because he was a human in his nature. That's why he understands the human experience because he wasn't just like a superhuman. He had a full human nature and a full divine nature.
So
That's
did he have to
called.
study?
That's called the hypostatic union. He still had to study,
Oh, okay.
right? What you talk about, what's called a monophysite heresy. Monophysite.
We're gonna have to stone you now, unfortunately.
I think
We're gonna
monophysite.
have to.
Monophysite,
It's
right?
okay.
It's a heresy.
I don't know how to say that.
She's doing heresy, we gotta
It's
kill
a
her.
heresy. And then the guy that came up with the heresy was called Eutychus. So look at Eutychus.
She's a bloodline Eutychus.
wait,
Kill her.
wait, half
You
human
think-
and half God is like
That is not.
that's like Moana.
Yeah, that's a heresy.
That's Hawaii.
You know what a heresy is, right?
No.
Heresy. When you hear the word
A crime
heresy,
against God, right?
it's something that is. Now we are heresy. You have
The
orthodoxy.
third commandment, thou shalt not
Right?
use God. No, it's not the third.
Orthodoxy is
God's
right.
name in vain. That is the heresy.
When you hear orthodoxy, this is right thinking.
This is on video.
But oh, that's
It
fine.
is
That's fine.
among- It is among the
It
10
don't matter.
commandments.
It don't matter. Anyway, so heresy is like a lie, something that is not true.
Oh,
It's
okay.
false teaching.
Oh,
And then orthodoxy is right teaching. Right, now back to radicals, right? We have square root of 98 minus 2 square root of 32,
Okay.
right? The way we solve this is this. We gotta make sure the number that is under the radical are identical. If they're not identical, we cannot do this, right? So that means we have to
Logic.
break down the radical. We have to break them down, right? So I'm gonna break down 98. If I break down 98, 98 gives me what? I mean, I already know it. Since it's 8, it's divisible by what?
98
2,
divided by
right? 2 is what? 49. I know that 49 is a perfect
First square.
perfect square. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go 49 times 2, right? And here I'm gonna do the same thing with 32. I'm gonna break down 32 into something that has a perfect square, which is what? 16 times.
32 divided by 2.
2, right?
16.
So that I can deal with this. I know how to work with this. So now, what's square root of 49? 7. So that's out. That's gonna go out. So I get 7 square root of 2. And then what's square root of 16? 4. That's gonna be 2 times 4, square root of 2, right? Now I have 7 square root of 2 minus 8 square root of 2,
Negative
right?
square root of 2.
So now if you look at it, the outer numbers are the only one that I'm gonna deal with, right? Because they have the same number under the radical. So the only thing that you're subtracting is the outer, not the inside number. You do have to make sure that the inside matches. For example, you can't do 7 square root of 2 minus 8 square root of 3. That's impossible, right? The number that's under the radical has to be the same. Now, all we have to do now is subtract 7 minus 8, and that gives you what? Negative 1
Square root of
or if you want, negative square root of 2, whichever one.
Either or.
Whichever way you want to put it, right? So it's either negative 1 square root of 2 or negative square root of 2. All right, so this is how you subtract or add radicals. Now I'm going to give you another example. Yes?
What do you do over Easter break?
I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do. Probably,
So you're gonna hide some eggs.
probably,
Pickleball.
I don't know.
I could be true.
Pickleball. No.
We should do a staff or student pickleball.
Nobody,
I do that
no.
instead of basketball.
I'm going to be smoking everybody's face.
I don't know.
No one beats me on
Be
that.
humble, Mr. Song.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know humility on that. That's no humility on that. I'll get everybody on that.
Brian,
Don't worry.
before the fall.
Oh, listen. Anybody's gonna get smoked on that one. What?
I bet our class.
Bro, I feel like I would beat
You must come in your
Yeah,
No,
I feel like you could just like.
Alright,
Make it work.
so let's try to work on this one here, right? Let's try to work on this one. So I have, how many do I have now?
3.
I have 3 radicals, right?
You
I
can't.
have 3 radicals here, and I'm gonna make sure I'm matching them. I wanna make sure the number that's inside the radical is the same, right? So I'm gonna break down 12 into a perfect square times a number, right? It will be 4 times what?
4 times
3. And 27 will be 9 times 3, right? As you can see, my inner number, I want it to be like something with a 3 because this all can be multiplied by 3, right? And 128, if I bring down 128, again, if you add the digits, right? 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 1 is 11. This number is not divisible by 3. So I'm going to use the 2 times, let me see,
2 is
64, right? And 64 is just 8 and 8, right? So I'm not going to waste my time. So if you look at it, now I'm going to have 5 square root of 4 times 3, right? Plus 2 square root of 9 times 3, minus 8 times, minus 64 times 2, which is also a perfect square. I know 64 is a perfect square, right? So if I take them out one at a time, right, this is going to go out. It gives me what? 5 times what? 2 square root of 3. This goes out. It gives me 2 times 3 square root of 3. And here, this goes out. It's just 8 square root of 2, right? Now, if you look correctly, right? 5 and 2, that is 10 square root of 3. 2 and 3, that is 6 square root of 3. Minus 8 square root of 2, right? Now, if you look here, I have to make sure the number that is inside the radical matches, right? That. Now here, there's nothing I can do here because it's a square root of 2. So the only one that I can combine is this, and this is just like working with like terms,
So
right?
16.
So that will be 16 square root of 3 minus 8 square root of 2. So that's basically how you add and subtract numbers with radicals, right? Now multiplication. Now how do you multiply numbers with radicals, right? We're gonna do that too.
I've already been doing
Now we've done it, the one that we've done, it's a little different. This one is gonna be involving, right? So we're gonna learn how to multiply radicals, right? Now watch what happens here, right? Cool, that's enough. So 4 square root of 3, right? Plus 5 square root of 2, and then times 3 square root of 2 minus 6. Now this involves a little bit of, we're going to be doing using the distributive law here, right? So I'm going to go step by step. So it's going to be this times this, right? This times this. So you see, again, this is why it's good to learn how to do. So it's going to be 4 square root of 3, right? Times 3 square root of 2. That's just this. And then now I have a minus. Minus this times that, right? Minus 6 times 4 square root of 3. That's just the first portion of it, right? Now I'm going to have to do the same thing here. This thing this, and this thing this. So it's going to be plus 5 square root of 2 times 3 square root of 2. And then lastly, minus 6 times 5 square root of 2. So it's a distributive law, it is extended, right? So a lot of things that we have to worry about here. Now, if I look at it, now I'm gonna have to do them singly, like every one of them separately, right? So I have 4 here, 4 square root of 3 times 3 square root of 2. I'm gonna multiply the outer numbers and the inner numbers, right? 4 times 3 is what? That's 12 square root of 3 times 2? 6, right? So it's 4 times 3, and then the square roots, you multiply them together. So this is 12 square root of 6. Now here, I only have 6 times 4, that gives me what? 24 square root of 3, right? Because I just have this times this. Now here I have something that is going on that's going to be interesting here, right? So I have 15 square root of 4, right? Because square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. And then lastly, minus 30 square root of 2. Now, I have to see if there's anything else to do here that I can do to simplify this, right? I already know what square root of 4 is. That's 2, right? So this is 12 root 6 minus 24 root 3 plus 15 times 2 minus 30 root 2. And I can do this one.
Oh, that's how you do it, times 2.
Mm-hmm. Now this is just 30 minus 30 root 2. And then this is where you stop. Because there's nothing else you can combine here, right? This is square root of 2. This is square root of 3. This is square root of 6. There's no breakdown that's going to help me here. So this is my final result. Right? There's nothing else to do here. You can stop here. Okay? And then lastly, we've already done this before, but we're still going to do it again. We're going to learn how to find the conjugate expression, which we did before, right? We did it with,
Can we open the window and just
Y'all the kids.
so we're going to learn how to work on the conjugate expression, right? Anybody else writing this will be good?
No.
All right.
I can't see
People are
anyone.
fighting.
Is he winning?
Lots of us are fighting.
Squirting.
All right, so now we have 2, right? It's the last thing that we're going to learn today. And then we want to rationalize the denominator. We did that before in our previous section. How do you rationalize it, right? You want to rationalize the denominator, right? You want to rationalize the denominator. So basically what you want to do is this. You want to find a real number that's going to replace this expression here with a radical. So to rationalize this, it's a very easy process. We're going to multiply this by what we call the conjugate expression. It's called the conjugate expression, right? Conjugate expression. And what is it is just pretty much the conjugate expression. So you're going to multiply this by square root of 5 plus 1 and square root of 5 plus 1.
Plus 1
It's pretty much the opposite. You just switch this up, yeah?
We've done this.
We've done this.
Plus 1 necessary, it's not under the square root.
No, the plus 1 is not under the square root. It's outside. If it's under, it's a totally different expression. It's not under, right?
So why do we need to get rid of it?
What do we need to? Because we can't have, with square root, we can't have a square root in the denominator. It's just a rule. So you can never have a
What
square root.
about the -1?
Which one is?
Well, it's not a square root, so why would we also put that?
Yeah, because it's involved in the denominator. It's not, you can't just stick with one. You have to rationalize the whole thing. So he's not going to do it if you choose to square root of 5, right? So now we're going to multiply that, right? So it's going to be 2 square root of 5, right? I'm using again the distributive law, right? Plus 2, now over square root of 5 times square root of 5. We're going to do the same thing here that we did, like this, right? So we square root of 25. Square root of 5 times 1 is plus 1 square root of 5. Square root of -1 times square root of 5 is minus 1 square root of 5. And then -1 times 1 is -1. You notice a pattern here. What if you do this a lot, right? So now, what's going to happen is these two are going to always cancel out. The middle one are always going to cancel out. It's just something that's going to happen every time when you find a conjugate expression, right? And the square root of 25 is what? 5. This is 5 minus 1. So the whole thing is 2 square root of 5 plus 2 over 4. We are grown, we now know how to simplify expressions, so you don't leave this like this, because 2 goes into each one of them, right? So we simplify this by 2, so you get square root of 5 plus 1 over 2, and this is called This is pretty much we rationalize the denominator, right? So this is the last thing that we're gonna learn today, and then now I'm gonna give you what you love to do is work.